Well, we're back again to do the next part of this celebration journal that's going to be a memory celebration journal. Okay, we've got our element that's going to go on the back page, and I've done a little bit of a sneaky here. I've made this into a flip because I didn't want to cover completely this back image. And this needed to be a little big-ish to hold a bunch of pictures, right? So it's going to sit in there. All I did with this was I created a hinge on a manila folder, file folder, and I put mats on it from the Birds papers. A little bit of lace, rose trim. There it is, super cute. And yeah, it's a good trick if you ever want to add another page into something. You just do that. Hinge it in. Okay, so we're going to put this in here like so once we've got our inside parts. So let me put this aside. This is a sort of a policy closure, I suppose. It's got a hanging bow, and I put glue on that so that the twine will stay in a bow. Let's see if I can get that up closer. Yeah, see, I can do this. Okay, so this opens up, flap, 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 flap. And so it's all just one piece of file folder, cut to the dimensions. Whatever journal you're making, just make it to that size. You've got this much space. I didn't back that because that's getting, you know, glued down. So you've got this much space, and yeah. So you measure that, and then you measure your flaps, top, bottom, and sides. However you want to close this up and make it look pretty. And then you just, like I showed you before, hold your paper up there, measure it, put your whatever adhesive you're going to put on there, and stick it to it. So that's what I did. And I put some teeny tiny little eyelets in to hold the twine. So here we go. I've done part of this trying to get, you know, be all prepped and ready, because we've got to put our photo flaps in here, right? So we'll see how many will fit. I'm not exactly sure that all of these will fit, but we're going to give it a try and see. Once I get a couple of them in there, I may try to speed it up. I'm not sure if my software will let me do that when I do the editing, but I'll give it a try. So yeah, you just, am I in shot? Yeah. Okay, you just do like I've shown you before. I just put the double-sided tape on there. All this is already inked and scored, and of course you bevel those little corners there so that they don't show. And you want this right to the top ish, and fairly as straight as you can get it. Yeah. You don't have to worry too much if it's a little bit off, because you can always sort of refold your score line if you get a little bit wonky there. So yeah, just do the best you can on that. This gets a little hinky putting these in, but it's okay. It works out, and it makes a really good photo mat. You can have pictures on this side and on this side, or you can have a picture and journaling, whatever a person wants to do there. Okay, so that's how you start it. I start with the top. Some people might start at the bottom. I don't know what other people do. This is just a me thing. I've seen these made so many different ways. Oh my word. I've seen people make them with envelopes. which is really cool. I like the bifolders. They're handy, they're sturdy, they're just what I use, you know. So here we go. There's a string there. Okay. So once again, we're going to get this started and put this in. Okay. All right. So what I do is I line this up to the bottom. I hope you can see this. To the bottom of the one I just put in. And if that one was straight-ish, this one should be straight-ish as well. But you don't know until you do this number here and fold it down and, you know, make a little adjustment there. And then you're good. So, because really, aesthetically, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you want it to be sort of straightish on the sides, I suppose. That's what I go for anyways. So, yeah. Because they'll lay down flatter the more in line they are. At least that's my working theory on this. Okay. Alright. Once again, we line it up straightish to the bottom of the one before. Hopefully. Don't push it down too hard till you get a good idea if it's, yeah, it's pretty good. If it's going to be where you want it. But generally, if you get the first one sort of straight, you're not going to go off too bad. You have them about the same size. And like I said, you're working with whatever size you're working with. This one, I guess I could tell you what this one is. For the it's about 4.5. Yeah, about 4.5 wide and about 6-ish long. So you're working with what will fit in there, right? And also double check yourself because, you know, you want to start these at the top. Yeah. Not do it upside down backwards kind of thing. Okay. Back to work. Okay. We'll see how many we can fit. Hopefully I can get them all in there because as this is a memory journal, I imagine someone would have a lot of pictures for whatever they're doing a memory of a person, an event, a time period in their life that they just want to commemorate, or, you know, whatever memory it is. Don't stick your thumb in the glue. Okay. Straight-ish with these. There's a little bit of a, let's see, making sure, yep. There's a little bit of a line you can follow, and that you've got this line across here, but you've also got these edges here that you're lining up, just right there. So, if that helps. When I first started doing these, I don't know if anybody else does this or not, but I would growl at myself a lot because you can get off really easy. And so, yeah, growling was my thing. You know, I guess I'm my own kind of weird, but that's the way it works. Okay. Now, as you're putting these in, trying to line them up to be somewhat straight, yeah. You also want to keep in mind how far down you're getting on your space. I've got this much more space, and I'm taking up, this is a 1/4 inch score line. I'm taking up a 1/4 inch each time I put one in. So That's why I said we're going to see how many will fit. Because you can't go past, you know, the bottom. Because if you do, then this one won't want to fold up. So, yeah. Hopefully they'll fit. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I've got 8. I thought that was it, but I wasn't going to, you know, commit to that number until I knew for sure. So. And 8 means you've got double that number of pictures you can put in. Or whatever other memorabilia you want to stick on there. Who knows? Okay. So yeah, just try to get the sides lined up with that. And this one needs over just a little bit. A little bit more. Okay. It's a good way to judge it. Like I said, you're working with things, you just have to work with them. You refold things, fix this, that, and the other thing. How far down? I'm good. Okay. So, sorry I'm just gluing a whole bunch. I will try to speed this up, but hey, you know, I don't know. Because I'm sure there's a bajillion tutorials on how to make this, how to make a photo flip, you know, and glue the pieces in and stuff. I don't want to be too boring. Okay. Woohoo! We're going to get all 8 of them in. Awesome. Okay. These are 4.5 wide. No, 4 1/4 wide, I think. Maybe they're less than that. I don't know. I'll measure them in a minute. They're cut just to fit inside and leave a tiny 1/8 of an inch maybe margin on the sides. You just want them to fit in and be as big as you can make them, but not too bulky. Okay, but you want as much room for your journal to hold as many pictures as possible. Now, a person can also put a picture here. That's totally doable, or right there, whatever. And it worked! Yay! Okay, so we're right down almost to the bottom. We've got 8 photo mats in there for our photo flip. This folds over, this folds over, this folds up, this folds down, and it works. See, I didn't make a prototype of this because, yeah, I was just trying to get this ready for the, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, get our journal back in here, and we're going to place this, but we're going to place it so that I'm going to make I made lines so that I'll know where to put it, because I'm going to make another larger photo mat that I'm going to slide in the back. It could be a journaling card or a photo mat, since that it's behind the, you know, the photo flip. So I'm just going to glue it on the top and the bottom and the inside side. So as long as I don't get confused and do it the wrong way, we're good. Because, yeah, that happens. Okay. Alright. I like to give people as much room as possible. Don't do that side. Much room as possible to store as much stuff while still keeping in mind I've got to keep this flat enough to where it will close, when my part of the journey is finished. Yeah, so as I said before, this I always think of as a journey I begin and somebody else continues. Okay, just to double check myself. Yep, double check yourself. It's going in this side. This side gets the tape. So yeah, there you go. Get my squeegee doohickey and press that down good. Okay. Now, double checking again before I make my final, oh no, it's done thing. Okay. Hey, it's a real thing. I've done this, I've done things backwards before, and then, you know, the growling happens. I try not to get into that position to where I would want to growl on a video. So, yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Then we put our glue. Make sure we get a thin bead so that, you know, nothing sticks to the tape, because that would not be cool. Okay. And give myself a little bit of movability, because, you know, when tape sticks down, it sticks down super fast. There's no waiting on that. But if you've got the glue on there, it'll let you move it. If you don't, I just hope you got that right the first time. I don't always get things right the first time, so I try to hedge my bets, maybe. Okay, look for my lines. Go with that and put it there. And hope for the best. Okay. Now we've got our awesome photo flip in here. We'll let that set, but we've got our opening to where we can put, you know, our card in there. After this gets really set, you want to give it a few minutes. Things need a few minutes. I understand that. Sometimes I need a few minutes. Okay, so we've got our lovely little flip page, which could also be a really great place to put pictures or do extra journaling, right? So you've got both sides of that. And we've got our flip put together and put in. We are getting so close to finished with this. We've got one more element to make, and that's going to be my pouch that I'm going to make for the middle. I've decided that's what's needed, is a really cute pouch to hold, like I said, the movie tickets, the theater tickets, the receipt that you get on a special dinner, or I don't know, whatever a person collects from whatever memory they're celebrating. So it's going to have a pouch in the middle. It is getting a little chunky, and we still have some serious decorating to do for the front, but we'll get there. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you could find it in your heart to like and subscribe, that would be so cool. Thanks again. TTFN.